recording?
So I guess we're going to do a podcast. What do you think about that?
Maybe not.
All right, well then I'll start us off. Hello everybody, welcome to your favorite podcast in the world. That's right, it's two guys talking about lettuce. I'm Greg Benson.
And I'm Craig Benzine.
And I'm Greg Benson.
Yeah,
so,
we said that. You said that already.
I know, but sometimes it bears repeating. Some things are important, you know?
That isn't, because that's just your name. I think everyone, once you say it, I feel like that's enough. Everyone gets it.
I don't think that you want to gloss over the super important stuff, you know? So
sure. Wait, why? Well, then why don't I say my name again?
Well, no, because you already said your name, but I wanted to reiterate, you know, because I was first, and then you said your name, and then I'm like, yeah, but okay. My name also.
Yeah, you said it twice. Okay, I don't follow the logic actually
all. We'll work on it.
Okay. All right.
Having a little water. I've already had my coffee. Did you have your coffee this morning, Craig?
I did. My decaf coffee. I
Good.
had it.
And since we're supposed to talk about lettuce, did you have your lettuce this morning?
I absolutely didn't have any lettuce yet today.
Damn it.
No.
So listen, I gotta be honest with you. Last night, as I was falling asleep, I was thinking, man, I'm looking forward to doing this podcast tomorrow. And then I thought of a really funny bit that I wanted to talk about that involves salad. Now, I didn't write it down, and I went, and it was sort of like half asleep, and then I fell asleep. And then this morning, as you might guess, this is where I'm going, I could not remember what it was. So I just wrote down the word salad.
Okay.
So that's all I have.
I like it. I mean, I feel like it needs more. I feel like there needs to be more there.
The idea or the salad? Because you don't know what's in the salad. I feel
actually,
you're making assumptions as to what I put in a salad.
No. I'm talking about the bit. I'm talking about.
You feel like my bit needs work.
Yes,
it needs fleshing
out. What if there's people involved in it somehow? Like, how would you add a person to it?
You would never add a person to salad. Look, you can add a lot of things to salad, but I would not put a person in salad. A friend of mine, Bob Bendick, once said, 1 in 4 people is cannibalism. And I think that's a great joke.
Yeah, that is a pretty hilarious joke. But I wasn't talking about that at all. Uh-huh. I'm saying you add a person to the bit, not to the salad.
So basically, I bring on a co-writer, is what you're saying.
You could have a co-writer as well. I mean, I assume that's me right now.
I suppose on this show, we are co-writers because everything that we say is coming right out of our crazy brains.
Yeah, as I talk, I'm writing. We're writing and talking. We are creating the show in real time.
So wait, you just wrote that line that you just said right now?
I did.
It's a really good line.
Thank you.
Say it again.
It sounded pretty real, off the cuff.
Say it again.
No, I don't remember it.
Oh, come on. You
I don't
wrote
remember
it
in the least. I don't even remember what I was talking about.
You just wrote it. You should. Well, all right. Mm-hmm. Well, as they say, the proof is in the pudding. Did you hear the
latest lettuce news?
Oh, what is the latest lettuce news?
This is for real. They have genetically modified, or someone has figured out possibly how to genetically modify lettuce so that astronauts can eat it and not experience bone loss in space.
You know, I'm really glad to hear that, because the one thing that I've always hated about lettuce when I eat it is that I feel like it makes astronauts lose bone density.
Yeah.
And I feel that way every time I eat like a head of iceberg lettuce.
Sure. That's not really, they're not countering the problem with astronauts losing parts of their bones because they eat lettuce. No. They will just eat. It's outer space that's causing them. Being in outer space for a long time is
that's what I'm saying. But the way that lettuce used to be is, I feel like it used to make astronauts lose their bone density. And I'm talking about not when they're in space.
That's not a feeling, Greg. No. That's not a feeling.
No.
That's
Don't deny my feelings. Feelings are important, Craig.
All right. Okay.
I feel like when astronauts are done flying around in space or whatever they do, and then they come back home and have a nice, delicious piece of romaine or a cup full of bib lettuce or whatever, however they eat their lettuce, I feel like it makes them lose bone density. And that's how I've always felt.
Listen, couple things. One, just eating lettuce out of a cup does not seem like the best way to eat lettuce at all. whatsoever. Secondly, do you know the difference between facts and feelings, Greg? Do you know?
Well, they both start with F, so I'm sure they're very similar, as they say.
Okay. All right. You can't really, just because you feel it doesn't mean. And how do you feel that lettuce is causing astronauts to lose their?
It's just It's just a feeling I have. As I said before, the proof is in the pudding. Can you describe the feeling in any way? Can I just clarify something? Actually just earlier this morning, I had some pudding, and I got to be honest with you, there was no proof in it whatsoever.
Okay.
And I dug through it with my fingers. I looked all the way through that pudding.
Well, what were you trying to prove?
I wasn't trying to prove anything. I was looking for proof, and there was no proof in that pudding.
Well, if you don't even know what you're trying to prove, how would you know that you found the proof?
I figured I'd know it when I see it.
What if the proof was that there is no proof in that pudding you were eating?
Oh, wow. Boy, you got me there. I feel like I've just entered like an alternate dimension of reality.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I feel like you're expanding my mind right now. Am I on drugs, or is that just Craig Benzine talking?
Well, you could be on drugs. I don't know I wouldn't know anything about that.
I've never done drugs in my life, except for marijuana, which I do every single night to help me sleep. But besides that, and it's legal here in California. Is it legal in Wisconsin?
It is not legal here.
All right. So when you do it, you're breaking the law.
Medically, it might be. Right. I don't know.
Right. So what do you need it? Do you need it for like your toes hurt or something like that? You go to a doctor and go, my toes hurt. I need marijuana. Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that what you do to get your marijuana?
When I go to the doctor, I turn into Mr. Magoo and I go, my toes hurt.
Oh, wow.
Could I have some medical marijuana?
Yeah. They're like, yeah, Mr. Magoo. Wait, did Mr. Magoo talk like that? I thought Mr. Magoo was the one who had really thick glasses who couldn't see very well and always was walking into walls.
Yes, and I don't remember how he talked. That's just how I feel that he talked.
Okay, I don't think you understand what feelings are.
Okay, I mean...
A feeling is when you have a belief about astronauts and lettuce. That's what a feeling is.
I'm sorry, I'm so confused. Greg, did you know that lettuce was a symbol of fertility in ancient Egypt?
Of course I knew that. Everyone knows that. Gah.
Okay.
Did you know that lettuce was a symbol of fertility in ancient Egypt?
Yes, I just said that to you.
Yeah, sure you did. All right, taking credit for things I said.
What is that? What do you think that means? You show lettuce and you're like, hey, look, I can have children?
Yeah, I can make a baby. Check out all this lettuce. Yeah, the more lettuce you have, the more babies you can make. And you know what? That still rings true.
Really?
Yeah.
Great. Did you know that lettuce contains substances that promote eye health?
Oh, that I didn't know.
There's a substance called zeaxanthin. Zeaxanthin.
And can you prove that, or do I have to eat more pudding to find out that proof?
You grab several containers of pudding, and you should find the proof. Just keep eating, Greg. Just keep eating, and you might find it.
Well, I do like pudding. In fact, I like pudding more than lettuce. Can we change this to two guys talking about pudding?
No, it's far too late for that.
It's too late?
Yeah.
I feel like you and I are in charge of our own lives, though, and if we want to change the name and even the whole layout, everything about this podcast, we could do it at any time. Because all you got to do is just change the name.
Should we do I want to do a true crime podcast. Can we do that?
Yeah, as long as it involves lettuce.
Wait, I thought you wanted it to be about pudding.
Or I don't know, man. I don't have all the answers.
You don't have all the answers about what you want.
It's just a feeling. As I said before, it's a feeling.
All right.
Do you have any other exciting knowledge, some facts to share with us about lettuce throughout the years?
Hey, did you know? Okay, I got a trivia question for you.
Okay, I love trivia questions.
What is the second most popular fresh veggie in the U.S.?
I'm going to go out on a limb, and I'm going to say cabbage.
No, because cabbage is not lettuce, which you were so clearly told me.
Yeah.
Wait, in the first episode. I don't know why I brought that up, though. I don't know why I brought up lettuce just now. But
are you
what's
trying
the answer?
Are you trying to tell me
What's
that
the answer?
Yeah, I mean the answer wouldn't possibly be lettuce, would it?
It is. That's the
Oh
second.
my gosh.
You know what the most popular one is? This one will really throw you for a loop.
Cabbage.
No.
Oh, also lettuce. The first one and the second most popular are both lettuce.
Yes, that's right.
Wow.
No, that's not true.
No, it's not.
No.
You're talking about the number one most. You're asking me what the number one most popular vegetable in the world is.
You probably won't get it because I wouldn't even consider it a vegetable.
I'm gonna guess.
Okay.
Is it kohlrabi?
No.
No.
She was great in that Tanya Harding movie, whatever that was called.
Yeah. It's called Tanya Harding Presents the Tanya Harding Experience, starring Tanya Harding, which is a terrible name for a movie, by the way.
No, it's a little long. They should have called it Two Guys Talking About Tanya Harding.
Oh my God, that's what we should do for a podcast. It's a great idea, Craig. That is a great idea. Because you know what? A lot of people search Tanya Harding in podcasts and they don't find much.
Yeah, and you know what? There aren't a lot of podcasts that are just two guys talking.
Well, there actually are. Yeah,
oh, really?
There's a lot of podcasts that are two guys talking. So we really, I
thought what we were doing was original.
What we should have done was added like 8 more guys because I don't think there's a lot of 10 guys talking podcasts.
I'm kind of feeling like, yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
I'm kind of feeling like I'm quitting. I feel like quitting now.
We all do. Everybody does all the time. That's how people are with their jobs nowadays.
Hey, I'm going to quit for a second. All right. I'm just going to quit.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Just for a second.
All right. Craig has taken off his headphones. He's now I can see him. If we shared a video version, you'd see that he walks away from his computer. Maybe he went to pee. He might have gone to pee. But what happens now is, you guys, it's up to me, Greg Benson, to continue talking until Craig returns. Oh, look, Craig's back. Oh, this is great. Craig is back. I'm so glad that you've returned. But you're supposed to speak now that you've returned.
Oh, I'm just browsing the internet.
You've returned to your computer, but you've still quit the podcast?
Yeah.
Craig, we really miss you.
Okay, fine. I'm back. I'm back.
He's back. Thank goodness. I was about to call you and ask if you'd and plead with you to ask if you would rejoin the podcast because we all missed you. You should see the comments. People freaked out when they thought you quit for good.
What comments? Where are these?
All these comments that people left when they heard that you left. People went crazy.
This is pre-recorded podcast.
Let me read a couple of these. Let me read a couple of these comments. Rutherford Dip says, OMG, I can't believe Craig quit. What do we do? And
how did he see this?
Ick the Troll King says, whoa, I can't believe Craig just walked out. What is this, Crazy Town or something?
This isn't live.
And then he put in 4 question marks after, what is this, Crazy Town or something?
Okay.
And then Cricket said, what's happening with my life? And put in 6 question marks. So, I mean, like, I'm there. Listen, it just the effect you're having. Look at this. WebMonkey Dave just left a comment. Says, this is the most amazing experience I've ever had in my life. And then he put in a question mark for some reason.
Okay, yeah.
I don't really know why. Just one question mark.
Do you think, go back to Cricket.
And I want to go say real quick, WebMonkey Dave spelled life with 2 I's. I think it's a typo.
Okay,
unless he was going, in my life.
Thank you for your detailed account of the comments.
Yeah.
Speaking of crickets, what do you think? What if they could actually just talk? What if?
Well, they could sing. They could sing.
Yeah. Well, instead of the noise they make, what if they just said things like that? Like, what is happening to my life? Or
honestly, I think that would freak people out. Like if they went millions of years without speaking, and then all of a sudden, like on a Thursday at like 9 in the evening, crickets just started speaking. Because
and they would just say, they would just like basically narrate their lives. They would not stop talking.
Yeah. I'm just hopping along your kitchen floor right now. Looking for a morsel of food to eat. I can't find anything. Guess I'll leave in a minute.
I love being a cricket. Whoa! Here I go. Goodbye, everybody.
And the thing is that crickets, if they could speak, they would be extremely verbose.
They would.
They would. Crickets would have maximum verbosity, as the old. I think Shakespeare said that.
Well, I think verbosity. That's one of the words he made.
Shakespeare said crickets would have maximum verbosity. I think that was from Romeo and Juliet. And Steve. The original version was called Romeo and Juliet and Steve.
Really?
Which, by the way, is the name of today's podcast.
Romeo and Juliet and Steve is the name of today's podcast. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
For giving us a reason to call it that. We'll get into that in a second. But the crickets, they don't shut up. But I think usually what crickets are actually saying when they are saying something is, I'm looking to have sex right now.
Oh man,
probably.
That's what every living being would be saying. If people could talk, that's what people would be saying all the time.
I know.
Yeah.
Thankfully, we can't talk. So
yeah. Otherwise, it would be disturbing because everybody would be like, "Yes, I know. I'm looking for sex right now." Also, we all are.
Yeah. And okay, back to Romeo and Juliet and Steve.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now,
which is by the way such an underrated play.
Why was it called that? And what was the plot? What was Steve doing there? Was he part of a love triangle?
It was a love triangle, and the version that most people read nowadays is just Romeo and Juliet, and it's edited. It's been edited for modern audiences, but back in the Shakespearean days when he was alive, back in the 1600s, I think. I'm guessing.
I think so. Sure. Yeah.
That might be right. Or 1400, somewhere around there. He was alive then, and he wrote all these plays. Yeah, I did a lot of research about him, and so he lived in one of those times. A lot of people really liked the Steve character, but then as years went by, like a couple hundred years later, people started to complain that Steve seemed superfluous, so Shakespeare took it out. He just edited it right out.
Hey, hang on. My daughter is yelling to me.
Oh,
so
whoa.
I'm quitting again for a second.
This has never happened on the podcast before.
Yes?
Craig's daughter is yelling out for him. And my son is home today also. Craig's daughter's too young to go to school. My son's in kindergarten, but he's homesick today. So I just thought I'd share that with you guys so that you know what's happening. Now, here's the deal. We could edit out this part of the podcast where Craig walks away and helps his daughter, but I'm not going to do that because I want you guys to experience the whole unedited experience that we're having. I want you to experience the experience. In fact, that's the name of today's podcast. Experience the experience! !
Now I can't have two names, Greg. Anyway, my daughter, she wanted to know, why did you say love triangle? And she laughed really hard.
Oh man! Did you tell her because I love triangles?
I should have said that. At first I started to try explaining it.
When a man loves a woman and another man very much.
I did start. I'm like, okay, so it's when three people. I'll explain it to you later. Is basically what I said.
I'll explain it to you when you're 8. How old is your daughter now?
She's 4.
So that's why she's home. She's too young to go to kindergarten. She needs another year, and then she'll be in kindergarten, right?
Yeah, she's going to be. She's going to go. Yeah, in a year.
I got a little sniffly. I think I may have my son's cold, but my son is home from kindergarten today because he has got a cold and he's coughing a lot. Yeah, not COVID though. Luckily, we have tested him. And it's just a 1-question test. We just say, "Do you have COVID?" And he's like, "Nope." And we're like, "Okay, check the no box."
Yeah, true or false tests are really easy.
True or false? You have COVID.
Yeah.
Nope.
Oh, by the way, Shakespeare, born in, I just remembered, Shakespeare was born in 1564 and died in 1616.
Yeah, I know. That's what I was saying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You were saying that?
Yeah, I said that. I said he was born in 1664 and died in 1616.
All right. So anyway, you were talking about Steve. Why is he in the play?
You're just going to have to read the original version yourself. Just hunt down, go on eBay and type in Romeo and Juliet first edition, and then buy one of those.
Okay.
It's going to cost you a few $100,000, but it's a good read.
Wow. So that's a pretty healthy dent in my savings.
Well, yeah, but it's an old book. You got to realize. I mean, they had to preserve it all these years. They had to put, they spray something on it that preserves the pages. Anyway, it's an expensive process. That's why.
What do they spray on it?
I don't know. It's something they had back in the 1600s. They spray some stuff on there, and it really preserves those old pages. Okay. Craig, we have now reached the time where we're about halfway through the podcast, and so we're going to do a few minutes of bonus talking for our Patreon supporters at patreon.com/2guystalkingaboutlettuce. So our bonus talking section is exclusive to those people, and it's often the best part of the podcast. Mm-hmm. And it's going to start.
We've been holding back up until this.
We really have. Do you want to let people know when it's going to start?
It's going to start in 7 minutes. Oh, no, wait. Right now.
This portion of Two Guys Talking About Lettuce has been edited out for your listening inconvenience. If you wish to hear the complete, unedited version with the bonus talking, be sure to visit patreon.com/2guystalkingaboutlettuce. And now, back to the edited, not as good version of the podcast.
And that was bonus talking.
Bonus talking was so much fun, and we got to talk about antiquated sayings and terms, slang that the kids say. It was really, if you guys missed it, you guys missed something really special.
Really want us to sound like old men. You can listen to the bonus. Did that make you feel bad, Greg?
No, I listen. I don't consider
to you?
I don't consider myself old. I mean, I'm only a third of the way to 150. So
yeah,
I don't feel like I'm old.
I'm not sure there's any documented case of a human living to 150.
Well, not yet, obviously. But when we get older, the older you get, the longer people live. So by the time that I get to 125, 130, people are going to be like, oh, yeah, you'll make it to 150. They're like, 150 is easy. No big deal.
Like you're being optimistic. Is something going on, Greg? Are you worried about your age lately?
I am worried about just dying for no reason in my sleep. Yeah, I am often worried about that. Yeah, but besides that, no, that doesn't concern me. But every night before I go to sleep, I do kiss my wife goodbye.
This is a fun podcast, everybody. We are having fun.
I say, I love you. I say, take care of Charlie. And then, but let me just tell you something. If I die in my sleep, like sometimes within the next maybe year, people are going to go back and they're going to play this part of the podcast. They go, he was so prescient, because they confuse it with the word precious. Because I'm precious.
Yeah. So, because they're going to say you're precious because you died in your sleep.
Yeah. Oh, he's so precious. Yeah. Look at him. Yeah. And you're gonna like grab my cheeks and go, because I'm so precious.
Do that. They can't do that.
Well, not then, because I'll be dead
with a pre-recording.
No, yeah, because I'll be dead. You can't do. You can't. What? You gonna break into my sarcophagus? I don't think so.
You're gonna be in a sarcophagus?
Yeah, I really am. Yep. Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna have a whole. It's gonna be huge too. It's gonna be I'm gonna call it the party sarcophagus.
Okay, go ahead. Are you gonna be buried with lettuce, Greg?
I might be. It's going to be a surprise. You're going to have to break into my sarcophagus to find out what I'm buried with. What are you going to be buried with, Craig? If you could pick the top 3 things, what would you want to be buried with?
I would like to be buried with. I want to get a bobblehead of myself, and I want to actually be cremated or naturally buried, whatever that is.
Yeah.
Where you're just open and you're just going to decompose.
All right, so they just drop your body just into a pit.
But then I want a separate coffin for a bobblehead of me.
Yeah.
And I want that being shown at my funeral. And and that's it.
Do you know what I think would be great is if let's say at a funeral you've got an open coffin, right? And you have a speaker set up. And I'm not going to do the whole thing like where you've pre-recorded, saying hi to, hey, Jimmy, nice to see you. Not that. No. I think it should just be the sound of you coughing, and people walk by and go like, what's the deal there? And they'll be like, oh, he's in a coffin. He's coughing in a coffin. That'd be great, especially if you could have some sort of animatronic hooked up inside your chest that makes it look like you're actually coughing.
Yeah.
I mean, I think that just make it fun for everybody.
It'd be fun to watch your corpse pretend to cough. Yeah.
It's not the first time I've heard that. If I had a dime for every time I heard that, I'd have 60 cents.
So 6 times. Then.
Yeah, I've heard it 6 times, including the time that you just said. 5 other times in the past week and a half, people have said that to me.
Do you know that we have a review on our iTunes page? Did you know that? And you just put a window up in front of my face on the video.
No, it popped up for some reason. See, we record this over Zoom, and it says that we're limited to 40 minutes here, but that's not true. We're not limited because you're supposed to get more than 40 minutes if it's just 2 people talking. But anyway, the Zoom's going to cut out 9.5 minutes, so I guess that's how long this podcast is going to go. It's like another 9.5 minutes.
Yeah,
and then it's going to cut us off.
I love letting Zoom be our director and our editor. Yeah.
Me too. If I had to pick like the top 3 things that I wanted to be buried with, the number one thing obviously is going to be Jennifer Aniston, because she was terrific on Friends. And so I just want her.
Oh wait, were you hoping I was going to ask you what you wanted to be buried with?
Yeah, it was my turn. I mean, it didn't matter if you asked me or not. I knew it was my turn. First is your turn, then is my turn.
Okay, all right.
That's just how it works.
So you're going to be buried with Jennifer Aniston.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what else?
I don't know, like a Hershey's bar or something. By the way, this stream is sponsored by Hershey's Chocolate. If you like mediocre quality chocolate, try Hershey's. It's not as good as better chocolate. Hershey's Chocolate. Thank you for the $7.3 million for that commercial.
Okay. Couple questions.
Yeah.
One, that's a very weird talking points that they gave us. That's I don't know what they're trying to do there.
I'm just reading their script, man. I'm just reading their script.
And secondly, that's a lot of money. That's a lot.
Well, it's a multi-billion-dollar corporation. That's not a lot of money to them.
The sponsors, they don't usually want you to say how much you're getting paid for the sponsorship.
I'm all about transparency.
Okay.
Yeah.
But the sponsor isn't usually.
Well, it's in the contract. Like when they hire us, because we're very in demand and we have to be to command these type of rates.
Oh yeah.
When they hire us,
how are we in demand? We have 1 episode currly public.
Well, but they know more are coming. That's the thing, and it builds anticipation.
How do they know this? We did say we had agents.
We have 9 agents. That's correct.
Yeah. I thought we had 8 before. I don't remember.
No, we have 9 agents. Yeah, because they take 90. They take 90%.
Okay. Do we actually making money off of this one, or are we losing money again?
Oh, we're losing so much money. It's like every sponsor that we get, we owe millions of dollars.
Well, you know what?
It's a horrible situation.
Why do we have these agents? I don't even remember talking to you about getting agents.
Are you saying that you want to drop our agents? You want to drop our agents when they've been so successful at getting us sponsorships? They're making so much money off of us, and you want to just drop them? What do you want them to be homeless? You want to have homeless agents?
I think they're going to be fine. I think the agents will be fine.
I don't know what the homeless situation is in Wisconsin right now, but in Los Angeles, there are homeless agents all over the street. They camp out in tents on the sidewalks, and they're like, I used to run a successful agency. Now look at me. Because podcasters have dropped them left and right. Are you,
Greg?
Yeah?
This isn't true. What you're saying isn't true.
No, it is. Drive around LA, you'll see.
I might see homeless people, but I don't. Are you just assuming that they're all agents?
Oh, sure. I mean, I'm guessing that's what they are. Because if I were to talk to them, I'm sure that they would say, yes, we were agents, and now we're homeless agents.
So you take what you think is true,
Yeah.
and you say that it's true.
Yeah. I mean, if you scour the web for like celebrities talking to homeless people, you'll find like Sean Penn, Tom Hanks. You'll find pictures of like some of these, they call them quote unquote activists. You know, these celebrities talking to homeless people. It's not because they're trying to help out homeless people. It's because they're having a business meeting with their agent.
Is this just a theory of yours?
No,
or,
no, this actually is a fact. This is true.
Okay.
This is
All
true
right.
stuff. In fact, that's why this episode is called Episode 4, Homeless Agents.
Okay. Well, we got 3 titles for this episode. I'm going to see how we can make that work. We'll maybe put a colon between each one. So
I love colons.
we do have a review. Someone did write a review. M.W. Gray. You know who Mark Gray is?
Oh my God, I do know who Mark Gray is. Absolutely.
Yeah.
He's Professor Puppet on YouTube.
Yeah, he wrote a review.
What did he say?
He said, "Crisp yet succulent. Remember Abbott and Costello's Who's on First? This is like that, but without the wit, wordplay, or comic timing. Strong recommendation." Yeah.
Now that is a great review. I mean, people would literally kill their entire families for a review like that.
That's a bit much.
Hey, listen, I wouldn't do it. Personally, I wouldn't do it, but there are people out there who would kill their families to get a review like that.
I mean, I feel like if there are people out there that would kill their entire families to do that, I feel like they would. It's not specific to the review. I think they would do that.
You think they were already going to kill their whole families?
Yeah, I think they might have.
Man, I got to tell you something. When you go dark, you go dark, Craig Benzine. You go dark.
Okay. I mean, it wasn't me who. Anyway, so you could have. That's right. We read our own reviews right here on this podcast. So if you want to review us, Greg will 100% read aloud every single review that we get.
Wow. What if people say horrible, horrible things?
Greg will read it out loud.
Really? I have to read that?
I will tell people that he thought of it himself. Out of context, I will tell people that he just said those horrible things.
All right.
And he will get in trouble.
Well, look, since we're nearing the end of the podcast, I realize we've gone 4 podcasts and we haven't even told people what TV shows we're watching.
Oh, wow! How is that possible?
But I know that you and I have both watched and enjoyed the hell out of Severance.
Oh, it's a great show. It's a great show.
So last night, Kim wanted to. That's my wife, by the way. She wanted to start a new show, to watch a new show together, and we have never watched. You don't
have to brag that you got married.
Oh no! She's my wife, if you know what I'm saying. I think you do. So
wait.
No.
Yeah, she's married to her.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, we got married. I got married to my wife, which is convenient.
Yeah.
So she wanted to watch something we hadn't watched before, so we tried to watch the pilot of Ozark. A lot of people watch Ozark, popular show Ozark, and I got to tell you, we turned it off before the pilot was even finished. You know why? Too dark. It was literally like the cinematography and the color correction were so dark and blue. Like I don't want to watch a show I can't see.
You know, did you watch the new Batman?
No, I have not. Is that super dark also?
I didn't watch it in the theater. I watched it on HBO Max.
Yeah.
HBO Max, by the way, sponsoring this podcast.
HBO Max, thank you so much for the $12.3 million for the shout out.
Yeah. That's really going to help us pay off the debt of the other sponsorship, except this one will also bring us further into debt.
It's so complicated.
Yeah, it is. That's why I let others handle that. So the Batman, super, super dark, like just like as far as the visual quality of it, very, very dark. And I couldn't get through past 20 minutes because the narration was stupid.
Oh, see, now that's unfortunate. But it's a stupid idea. A guy who's half bat, half man. It's ridiculous. Why would you want to watch that? It's like the show Ozark. Like, why would I want to watch a show? In the pilot, I don't know if anybody's seen it, and I hate to give spoilers, but it's about this guy. He goes to a convenience store. He buys a bottle of Ozark mountain spring water, and then he begins to sip it very, very slowly. And apparently, by the end of the first episode, he's only had like 1/3 of a centimeter, if I can use the metric system to describe it. He said about a third of
God
a
save the queen.
Yeah. And apparently every episode after that, he just continues to slowly sip this bottle of Ozark Mountain spring water. I personally think that's a boring show.
Were you just watching a commercial for Ozark Mountain spring water?
I mean, that's what it felt like. That is what it felt like.
I mean, literally, that might be what you were watching.
Yeah. By the way, in less than a minute, Zoom is going to cut us off.
We should probably wrap it up.
I guess. I mean, I hate to cut this episode short, but...
Well, it's pretty long. Like, it's longer. It's probably longer than other ones we've done.
Well, I think the last one was over 40 minutes, and now we're at 38 right now.
Okay.
And plus, they're going to lose a bunch of minutes for the non-Patreon version. So, Craig, listen,
true.
I don't know when it's going to cut off, so why don't you go ahead and do the rest of the talking until Zoom cuts you off. Go.
Okay, so more facts about lettuce. Did you know that the average American eats about 30 pounds of lettuce a year? That's a whole lot of lettuce. Actually, it says that's a whole lot of...
Oh, it just cut him off. Okay. Well, I guess that's it. So, thank you everybody for listening to two guys talking about lettuce. We hope that you enjoyed yourselves and learned something, and we hope that you enjoyed yourselves and learned something. Until then, I'm Greg Benson.
I'm talking about lettuce.
And I'm Greg Benson.
Talking about lettuce.
See you next week, folks.
I'm talking about lettuce. I'm talking about lettuce. I'm talking about lettuce.